Hey guys, what's going on? It's a Block Bull right about now, bringing you the latest episode to the channel. Now we're back with a bang because it has been a long Easter weekend. It has been my birthday this weekend, so happy birthday. Big up to everyone following the channel and supporting. Big up everyone that wished me happy birthday despite the fact that I did not publicise it. I did say I was away this weekend over on X. However, everyone was wishing me happy birthday on Saturday when it wasn't until Sunday. However, we do have some brilliant sort of crypto price action going on now in the market. So we're going to take a general view at the markets. Okay, so predominantly we will cover XYen as always over here over on YouTube. So before we dive into it, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're not already subscribing, and welcome back to the channel if you are already subscribing. So here we do have Gala up at 3.5%. ADA, XLM is the biggest gainer by the looks of things on the surface, up 6.9%. So we'll take a look at that because it could be the ISO tokens that are the first to run again after this sort of second phase is about to begin. And this is going to be the most profitable phase of the entire crypto market. So this is going to be absolutely explosive. Now, altcoins are yet to get really going into altcoin season, in my view. They haven't yet got going yet. So altcoins have got a lot further to run, in my opinion. So let's dive over to it anyway. So, you know what? It's really nice coming back to charts that you've not actually seen in the past 2 or 3 days. Okay, I can't remember the last time I saw a proper chart over on the laptop. Okay. Yeah, I've got my phone and that, and I'll check over on the sort of Discord app as well, see what's sort of playing out. Do you know what I'm saying? We'll take a look at that. You guys can join the Discord server. You guys know where it is. You've probably seen this, sort of content before over on the blockbulls.com, link below in the description. But ultimately, I like to see a big view because I like to use the sort of chart patterns over here. So for me, we did have initial bull pennant sort of breaking down initially, but you can see here over on the 4-hour chart, to me, it could still be a bull pennant. So let me just bring this back here. So initially, we was looking at this bull pennant here. Yeah, because we had this massive sort of volume and sort of liquidity sweep here. So we took out these 4-hour closes up here with this wick. We also wick below as well, which took out all the wicks in that previous bull pennant. Okay, that bull pennant brought down. Okay, and we've literally just been trading in a sideways motion now, waiting for the markets to get going. Okay, so I would be inclined to draw something similar to this. So we could be at the precipice now. When the markets traditionally reopen, if you will, on a Tuesday, obviously bank holiday weekend on a Monday, this could be absolutely massive. Is it bank holiday Monday? I don't know what day it is. Yeah, I've been away for my birthday, so I don't even know what day it is right now, but nevertheless, we're looking bullish. Yeah, that's all we care about is bullish chart patterns, and this is exactly what XYen is stipulating. And you can see from the rest of the crypto bubbles over here, and you can see all the green, it's all the charts are lit up in green. So this is exactly what we want to see. But for me, again, statistically speaking, XYen at this moment in time has a 65% chance of breaking to the upside, and I would expect this move to happen very, very soon. Yeah, we could continue playing out something like this perhaps, but you know what? It's literally days away. Yeah, we're not talking weeks. We're days away from another Onyx massive move to the upside, in my opinion. It's as simple as that, guys. Let's just take a look at Swift just for some, obviously strongly correlated, just to see what's going on here. So this is a bull flag that was playing out. You can see the previous TA that I had with this trend line. So we've stretched that out there, and we're still upon the top of this trend line here. So let's just have a look. Let's have a play around with this, see if we can slice and dice this any sort of different way. And as always, we're looking to account for these closes here. So got a nice close there. And again, we're in positive territory because, in my opinion, regardless of where you plot this bottom trend line, the key significant trend line is this top one right here. So even if we just take this 4-hour close, we're above this trend line. So this is, again, bullish sort of confirmation that the next move is going to be absolutely parabolic for XYen and Swift in particular. And again, some of the rest of the cryptos as well, which we'll take a look at now. So let's have a look at XLM. XLM strongly correlated with XRP, which is why I am now very bullish on XRP, because initially XRP was looking to print a diamond top. However, that diamond top is now being eroded, and it looks as if we're printing a new sort of structure, a new sort of chart pattern, if you will. We'll get onto XRP very, very shortly. But you can see here, if I scroll out, Yes, we get some sort of deviation on the sort of trend lines, but there or thereabouts. It doesn't have to be 100% accuracy, yeah, for illustration purposes, because you're always going to get fake outs to the upside and likewise to the downside as well. So you're going to get bull traps, bear traps, any other trap, yeah, to fool investors. And this is why it's quite important at an early stage in the crypto market, even before altcoins really got going, is just to hold the bag for now. Yeah, I only trade typically with 20% of my bag. 80% I just lock away, stake. I'm earning crypto passively, earning stake digital assets upon whatever I've got staked, for example, like XCN. I used to be able to stake with VRA. I'm not quite sure if you can still stake with VRA, so I need to look into that because I have got VRA, which looks mega bullish. So this is a bull flag. So bull flags typically have a more explosive move to the upside as opposed to like a bull pennant on XCN. Okay, but we know how volatile XCN is. Okay, that's going to do some massive numbers, and XCN is literally just, it's just one of those coins that just goes in vertical lines if we was to ever see a crypto do that. So right now we are looking to test this upper trend line now on a sort of 4 hour time frame. Yeah, we can tinker around with this a little bit. So again, doesn't have to be 100% accurate, but we're there or thereabouts. So we could see some explosive moves, going into Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Usually you get the economic news over on like Wednesdays or Thursdays. So that's when you get the more sort of, traditional fundamental news coming out that affects and impacts the markets. Okay, so just watch out for that. Now, before we get on to XRP, again, must reiterate, you've got Crypto Discord now, so we're only 2 members away now from doing the $100 giveaway. So if you guys want to join in the Discord with a chance to win $100, again, link below in the description. Now, XRP. Where are you, baby? I missed XRP, so you know what? I may re-enter XRP based upon this sort of falling wedge. And I did post it, and my account blew up again. Not that I'm not even asked about followers. Do you know what I mean? But it's nice to see some recognition from the crypto community because it's one of them. I love being part of the crypto community, which is why I built the Discord as well. People that take it a little bit more seriously. But it's where was it now? I think Digital Perspective shared it. This was a chart here. So this was like sort of last time I was posting anything to do with charts. Now it was like 3 days ago. So this is the first time in a long time I've been bullish on XRP. Expect fireworks in the coming weeks. I do believe this now with XRP. So yeah, that's had 91,000 views. Digital Perspective shared that, so I believe that kind of sent, that content more viral than what some of the other charts would typically do. You can see here with Swift, people aren't as interested in the Swift as they are with XRP, as you could imagine. So with XRP, for me, we've broke out, which is why I'm bullish now. So ever since, I've been a bit bearish. I could see the sort of diamond top. I could mock out the diamond top again, but I don't think, you guys need to be taught how to suck eggs. You can, kind of see quite clearly that was consolidating. However, in the last sort of day or so, over this sort of weekend, over my birthday, 20th of April, we've had a bit of a pop, and it looks as if XRP is looking to actually leave this sort of blue trend line here. And we're now trading in this sort of territory now. So it looks as if XRP, in terms of the structure, is beginning to leave. So I do believe some big news could drop very, very soon for XRP, whether it be something to do with a lawsuit. I don't even know where we're up to with a lawsuit anymore, to be honest with you guys. Comment in this section. You guys update me. What's going on? Do you know what I mean? I've been away from the charts for 3 days. But in terms of a charting perspective, what they say is, show me the charts and I'll tell you the news. And I'm going to tell you the news is very, very giga bullish. XRP is probably going to explode here. We've got all these in the plans as well. So we did expect XRP to actually blow up, going into phase 2. Okay, so we still got those targets in the XRP plan. So it's looking very, very bullish now. So XRP is due a run up, just like the rest of the crypto as well. And before I get off, I'm going to cover Gala as well. So if you guys want to stick around, wow, I'm not seeing this chart. Yeah, I'm not seeing this chart for Gala. This is heavy. Look at that. You can see there Gala now breaking out. This is going to be an absolute monster move. And I do believe there's a bit of gaming, entertainment, coin sort of narrative going on. I was on my coin market cap on my phone earlier today, just flicking through top gainers for today. I think it was like Engine. I think it was. I don't know if that's a gaming coin or something like that. But as soon as you see one sort of sector coin move in the big gainers, that's a really good strategy for like trading. Like I say, I only trade with 20% in my bag, but if you just flick through and refresh coin market cap, have a look at the biggest gainers and see what sort of narrative is being sort of played out over that day, over that week. Because if you see one sort of crypto gaming coin running up, usually what tends to happen, the rest of the gaming coins sort of, start blowing up. So, for example, if you saw Mana start running up, Gala's going to start running up and vice versa, okay, which is why it's important to diversify. But for context with Gala, look at this. I've been a big admirer of Gala now, and people will bash me because it hasn't made a lot of money yet in terms of return on investment. However, what I would say, it has been the best not return on investment, the best risk to reward, which is when you've got a lot of money, you want the best risk to reward because you don't want to lose a lot. Now, you know what? Gala have been unfortunate because when we got this US election pump up here, topped out around sort of beginning mid-December, and then we've rolled over below sort of US election prices. So Gala holders have been really, really unfortunate. But what I would say is this yellow horizontal line marked out the all-time low for the Binance exchange, the world's biggest crypto exchange in the world. So we took out this low, which is what this yellow line is signaling here. So if you bought on the yellow line or below and you got filled, oh my God, you've got pretty much the deal of the century for this particular digital asset. Now, we did have this sort of initial line coming in here. So we did get this sort of breakout here. Retested, and we failed to actually confirm this as sort of the new support. Okay, again, US elections, we made a run, and again, he's just run out of stamina. So I believe third time lucky, and I do believe this has got moving now because ever since we put that sort of high in post-US elections, we've broken resistance. So right now, we're at a major sort of turning point now, and I believe Gala is going to do some serious numbers, yeah. This is it now. We're going to go into altcoin season. Yeah, this territory is going to be absolutely Goliath, guys. Yeah, pardon the XCM pun with Goliath mainnet, which will go live in Q1 of 26, I believe. So, God, honestly, just get yourself a small bag of Gala, and I'll tell you why. Not financial advice. I held XRP. I had a lot of money in XRP and it let me down miserably. So some people may say, well, why do you hate on XRP? It let me down big time through the SEC. Yeah, it wasn't nothing to do with Ripple or Brad Garlinghouse. I was backing them all last year and I could have made way more in that cycle if I didn't have most of my money in sort of XRP. So I held XRP for like 4 or 5 years. And you know what? I took a bit of a punt on Gala because I had like music and film licenses, to earn passive income, for hosting a node, So every time someone listens to a track in the Gala ecosystem, you get paid Gala, So you, again, staking, nodes were massive last year for passive income. We were making so much money out of nodes and staking, and there's a lot of other sort of what eventually became rug pulls. You got to be very, very careful. You got to do your own research as always. But I had about I had a small amount. I had about 3,000 or 4,000 in Gala. Gala ran up. I'm telling you now, it ran up. I caught all this here. And it did. I think it did about, because I was buying under sort of 1 cent. So this chart here on Binance is only going back to about 2 cents. But I got in about sort of 1 cent all the way down here. Yeah, about 1 cent. And it ran up to about 82, 83 cents. And look at that. It did around 83, 84x. I didn't cash out at the top again. Tops are pretty much impossible. But that 3K, do the maths on the 3K after it runs up 8,300%. So this is why it's so important, even just to have a small bag of little crypto tokens, for example, like Gala, like Velo, like your Verasity VRA as well. I'm going to take a look at VRA as well because that looks absolutely huge. There's not many people covering it either. So again, very similar to Gala, where we're creating this sort of this wedge pattern, which is exactly what XRP did prior to US elections. We got US elections 5th of November. Then we had the Fed meeting 7th of November, and that gave XRP the license to run up, and it absolutely popped to all-time high. So if something like Verasity does exactly the same thing as like XRP chart, we're just looking at charts, People are going to say, oh, XRP is going to be running the QFS, quantum financial system, blah, blah, blah. Yes, I agree. But charts will be charts. If you get these type of wedge patterns, they all play out pretty much identically. So within a couple of months, you saw XRP run up from like sub 50 cent all the way up to sort of all-time highs. Yeah, it got up to about $3.40, didn't it? Back in sort of December time. So even if VRA gets up to this sort of price level here from current price action, you're looking at a 72x, 72, 73x for VRA. This is what I mean. Just put in, I don't know how much you guys have got, yeah. Just put in a small amount, yeah. So some people might have 10,000 to play around with. Some people might have a couple of million, yeah. But just put a small percentage, whether it be 5 or 10%, just put them in these like cryptos, yeah. You could do like, for example, like your 50% heavy in your like top 10, top 20 coins. Like, I know a lot of people are big fans of like XRP, Solana. You could make up 50% of a portfolio of those type of coins, and then 50% just divide it by 5. So you do like 10% in Velo, 10% in XCN. You could do a 10% in Swift. What else have we got? We've got Gala, and then we've got VRA, something along them lines. But certainly take a punt on some of these cryptos that are yet to move, because altcoin season hasn't yet kicked in. And it looks as if altcoin season is about to kick off big time now. So you can see here, unlike Gala, we've seen Gala starting to break out. So Gala's probably the one to hold now. And then what we can do is, again, rotate our profits once we do run them up into something like VRA before we break resistance here around 0.0015. So, like I say, run up something like Gala, run up Velo a little bit, a little bit larger in terms of market cap, and then VRA is going to be an absolute massive rotational coin because it's only worth around 10, 11, 12 million dollars in total. Yeah, absolutely massive, guys, but never financial advice. But yeah, let's see if anyone else is joining in the crypto Discord. Anyway, again, we got the AI metrics, got the $100 giveaway as well. So we need 2 members. The next 2 members, that will be the cutoff point. You can still join the Discord, but you just won't be in for the $100 because I've got to be fair to the guys that are already in there that are showing loyalty to the crypto channel and to the Discord, guys. Again, link is below in the description. Okay, guys, take it easy until next time. The Block Ball is over and out.